I'm going on pilgrimage. You're invited. Let's go. You are probably wondering where I'm going. Before I tell you that, we need to understand what a pilgrim is. The word pilgrim comes from the Latin peregrinus, meaning foreigner. Sacred Scripture describes people of faith as foreigners and strangers, but we often forget that to our own detriment. To treat earth as home is the very negation of our inherited wisdom, and it inverts the foundations of Western civilization. Instead of the cathedral, it gives us the cube. To remind us of our pilgrim status, Christians have been making sacred journeys for millennia. Benedict XVI says, to go on pilgrimage really means to step out of ourselves in order to encounter God where He has revealed Himself, where His grace has shone with particular splendor and produced rich fruits of conversion and holiness among those who believe. And that is exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to rise up from the ordinariness of my life, go forth to encounter God, and return home a changed man. Where? At the holy sacrifice of the Mass. On earth, the Mass is the ultimate encounter with God. It is where heaven and earth intersect in a unique way. The Mass is truly extraordinary. St. John Vianney says, if we knew what was going on in the Mass, we would die from joy. In my life, the Mass may not be always an extraordinary experience, but it's certainly substantial. It sustains me. It allows me to be a better son, a better brother, a better friend. The Mass allows me to be more like Jesus, the Son of God. For in the Mass, it is Jesus who we consume. The mystery of the Mass contains the essence of pilgrimage, just as it contains all sacred truths. Now there's an element of pilgrimage that you may contend is not contained in the Mass, the element of adventure. Quite the contrary. There's nothing so adventuresome as God becoming man in order to make man like God. But I grant the Mass can be at times all too ordinary. But even the so-called ordinariness of the Mass teaches us that the extraordinary, that adventure, is found in the ordinary circumstances of life. Heroism is an everyday affair. If your experience of the Mass does not equate to my description, the problem is not with the Mass. The reason is simple. Not every road leads home, nor can a man walk down two roads at once. Life is a crossroad. The adventure of the Mass is reserved for those who choose the road less traveled. If you liked this video and you would like to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. God bless.